Now, when you walk by Lan Kwai Fong area and also the theater lane, sometimes you see some people doing busking. I myself, together with a lady named Ashley, back a few months ago, we were playing the violin, and it attracts some sort of a crowd. So it's not really the busking, it is to keep the spirit of democracy going. Recently, I met up with another busker. His name is Oliver Ma. I saw him playing the guitar and also singing the song Glory to Hong Kong in English. But recently, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I didn't see him perform at the theater lane anymore. So I was reading the Apple Daily News and I found out that he was arrested, not once, but twice. And I had a conversation with him back 2 weeks ago, and he told me that he would not be playing in Central for a little while. Now, we are at On Wu Lane, which is very close to Lan Kwai Fong. This area, I call it the Roman Colosseum. And together with me, it's Oliver, who is chained right now, handcuffed halfway. Anyways, it's good to have you here, Oliver.
I was born in Hong Kong to a Chinese dad and a Filipino mom, so I am a Hong Konger.
How well do you understand Cantonese and can you speak well?
When it comes to listening, I can listen to a fair bit, also intermediate. When it comes to writing it, maybe it's not really as, maybe the more easy to intermediate and somewhere in the middle. And when it comes to speaking it, I can talk enough to communicate with somebody casually, but if you are going to tell me like the more sophisticated terms, like for example, if I hear, how do you say the Cantonese term for like what's that? Obstructing police, how do you say it in Cantonese?
Obstruction of justice.
Obstructing police.
Yeah. 阻差辦公.
阻差辦公.
Right.
So I don't know what that means. I mean, I don't know how to say that at the time that I got arrested the second time. And if you tell me what is like a police interview, because it's not Fongman. I know Fongman is interview, but that's another term. There's not, what's that term called?
落口供, right?
落口供, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what those terms mean. So
Okay.
yeah.
You were being approached by the police actually many times, even before the fiasco near Theatre Lane. So what really happened over the last few weeks? There were like 2 arrests near the newsstand. Can you tell us something more about it? Because there were many different theories that you were having some sort of a scissors or a plier for your guitar, and they think that's a weapon. But tell us what really happened.
So far, since the national security law, I have been arrested twice, but I have not necessarily been arrested for the national security law itself. So the first time that I got arrested was on the 27th of July. So that's kind of over a month ago. And I was arrested due to criminal intimidation. So how it led up to that point was I was very confused because I was just there doing my own thing, just my usual thing, busking in the streets of Central. All of a sudden, this old woman that works in this newspaper stand behind me just basically came up to me and caused a scene. So at first she kind of told me to kind of, well, no, I don't think she was telling me. She was just telling me that I was too noisy. Yeah. So
were you turning your amplifier on very loud?
So I was turning on my amplifier as usual, like the usual volume that I have been performing in. But so I don't think it's the volume itself or the music itself that's the problem. I think it's just because anyway, I'll explain to that. I'll go to that. So all of a sudden, this old lady that works in this newspaper stand behind me just came up to me, and all of a sudden just caused the scene by like grabbing my mic away and kicking my guitar case. And when I was fixing my guitar case to put it back in its place, my guitar fell to the floor. So, you know, it caused the scene, and it wasn't a very good one. But then at the end of the day, you know, she was the one to call the cops, and I was the one to get arrested for criminal intimidation, which I did not know at the time why exactly I got arrested, up until like a translator came up to me and the cops after 3 hours of arrest. So going back to the scene on the first day, you know, I want to clarify a few things, because I was reading the news, and on the news, because I guess this is according to the police. According to the police, this old lady told them that I said you, I'm gonna hit you. So, you know,
Did you say that?
I want to go to there. So
Yeah.
So before this old lady basically caused a mess, we did exchange a few words beforehand. So they told me to silent down because I was too noisy. I was affecting their business.
Yeah.
And then I did silent down. But I guess even if I did silent down my mic and my guitar through my amplifier, it still wasn't enough to the old lady and her son, I guess. So eventually they just they started like kind of screaming that I was too loud. Both of them, the daughter, the old woman and the son. And the old woman finally came up to me and just pulled my mic stand away, kicked my guitar case, and my guitar eventually fell to the floor when I was trying to fix my guitar case. And of course, when that happened, I happened to just, I don't normally swear, but it just so happened that at the time I did swear, and I just told them, you, right?
In English?
And I told them, right?
Okay.
So, because what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to give her a hug and give her a kiss? No, I'm not gonna do that. She just caused the whole mess, right? So that's a very normal reaction. So again, after that, she finally said, you got that? And I was like, which means I'm gonna call the police now. And I was like, 打咪打咯, right? So, you know, I'm not sure if she understood me or there was a language barrier, but anyway, she told the cops a few things. I did not get to hear it because they were in private when they were talking to each other. And eventually, I just finally found myself being handcuffed. Out of the both of us, I was the one get handcuffed, when I was not the one to incite or escalate any situation. I was just doing my normal thing, busking, right? So that's what happened on the first day.
Okay, so that was the first time you got arrested.
Yeah.
And when you were at the police station, you have to file a report as well, and you filed it in English. Was there someone helping you to do the translation, or?
So this is what happened when I finally got arrested. Got in handcuffs. I was just sent to the police car, to the police station, and for the first 2 or 3 hours, I still didn't know what was going on. I don't know why I was arrested. I didn't know why I had to be at the police station. I did not know why I was in handcuffs. I did not know why I was being detained by the police. So for those first 2 to 3 hours, I didn't know what was happening. But I guess, now that I think about it, I guess the cops were spending around 2 or 3 hours, those 2 to 3 hours, trying to find a translator. So they did. And as soon as this translator came, and then I went for the police interview, that's when everything started to line up. So I was being arrested for criminal intimidation. This old woman falsely accused me of saying you, and I'm gonna hit you, which is false.
You didn't say I'm gonna hit you, but you did say the 4-letter word.
I said, yeah. So I agreed to that. I even told the police, yes, I said the 4-letter word. So what? Is it illegal to swear now in public? I don't know. But yeah.
Okay.
But I did not agree to the 打咪打 law because, again, back to that. I said 打咪打 law because she said 打電話報警, so I said 打. You would use the first word and add my law, right?
Yeah. I thought she meant you're gonna hit her
No.
when you say 打咪.
No.
Yeah.
The second time that I got arrested, this time I got arrested for obstructing police. I got arrested for obstructing police. I don't know what's the Thai ban gong.
左差辦公
What's the English version of that?
obstruction of justice, obstructing the police.
Yeah. So basically, on the second time that I got arrested, I was initially arrested for obstructing police.
The police, yeah.
So again, I'm not arrested for my singing or my guitar playing. It's not.
Yeah.
I was arrested.
So did
for,
someone call the police to come? That was at the theater lane as well, right?
I'm not sure if anybody.
The second time.
No, I really don't think. Here's the thing. I really don't think that anybody really calls the police, because back again, I am just performing in a commercial place. If there was
At the theater lane.
At the theater lane.
Yeah.
If there was any residential buildings in nearby, then I would understand and I would go. That's why you never see me performing in Chiang Mai with a lot of residential buildings. You don't see me performing in front of anywhere near a residential place.
But whether they can indict you as another thing, they can definitely arrest you many times.
Yeah.
But you might not be guilty. You have
Yeah.
to go through trial, right? So have you been proven guilty so far in these two cases?
In these two cases, so far I attended a court hearing actually just last 31st of August.
For the first time?
For the first
incident.
case, for the first incident. The
Yeah.
criminal intimidation case is now closed.
Yeah.
But, going back to actually on my first case and on my personal statement interview, they asked around 3 or 4 more questions last minute, which is about like my busking more than the criminal intimidation case. So when they actually got my answers for that, I'm guessing that's the reason why maybe now that I think about it, initially I thought they just kept my busking equipment to bully me, because when I got bailed out for the first case, I still did not have my after I bailed out and after I reported to get the bail back, to refuse the bail, they still did not return my musical instruments.
Do you have it now?
I don't have them now. This is another one, but
Okay.
I don't have the instruments that they're keeping from me now.
So they got your amplifier and your guitar. Still.
Amplifier, my guitar, my mic stand, everything that I need for my busking, due to inspection. So I'm really I believe now that I think about it, because I answered too many things in a personal statement, that they found a way to maybe connect this other case, this noise complaint case from earlier in the month, from there, so to make a new case. And so just a few weeks ago, I got this letter in the mail saying, it was 2 summons. One was a summon for me singing and causing an annoyance to this particular person, and I was also summoned for playing a guitar with a very big loud speaker, and it was an annoyance to this person. So that's the kind of trial that I have for now.
Okay. So for the second case, there's no court date set yet, right? Second case. For the second case, there's no court date being set yet.
For the second case, there's no court date being set yet. We never know. I'm kind of still waiting because it's still going on. But for the first one, it's still going on. I got to the court with the assistant of Ted's lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it's Ted or
Ted is the legislator.
Yes.
Probably the person who helped you is
So Ted
one of
Hui,
his assistants.
actually, ever since I got arrested the first time, this is how I got to connect with Ted. So when I got arrested the first time, there is this kind of missing population group on Facebook. So it's basically, if anybody gets arrested, it will be reported there and spread around in case this person gets missing. So basically, this person from this group kind of told me that she spent 2 or 3 days, day and night, just trying to find me connections to help me with whatever that had happened to me. So this person finally got in contact with Tommy Yoon, who was a very outspoken yellow artist, and Tommy Yoon got to introduce me to Ted Hui, who in turn got to introduce me to several lawyers if I needed any help. So that's how it goes. On the 31st last month, 31st of August, I actually got to go there with the lawyers. So with 1 or 2 lawyers, and they helped me ask the judge for like an objection. So right now they're just basically kind of, the judge in return told us that we will have to return again to report to the court with this same case, this noise complaint case, on the 12th of October. So, which is a bit, maybe 1 month later.
All right. So this could linger on for a little while. Does it stop you from busking? I see you also have a new guitar now. Are you still doing some busking in other areas? Probably you won't go to Theatre Lane for the next little while.
I actually bought new instruments because I didn't know when the cops will return my things. So I got new instruments, and I got some busking friends to actually lend me their amplifier, which is actually, I got to sing again, which I actually got to use for the second time before I got arrested again. But luckily for me, they returned all of my musical instruments since for the second time. They did not keep it.
So this is the kind of an inside story of what happened to Oliver Ma for his arrest near the Theatre Lane. And we'll be back in another episode.